That dress is a sign of a high self-esteem. Depends on what you're putting on. Some say it shows your style. Some say it's an art. Some say it's a form of self-expression. Some also opine that it means that when you wear what you wear, it's saying identify me for who I am. Sometimes we wear formal attire. Sometimes we're casually dressed. Many say they feel better when they dress in formal attire because it gives them a sense of empowerment. Now, it's more than what you wear. It's how you wear it. It's who is wearing it. That's where style, charisma, charm, and the art of putting on clothes to suit your personality comes in. So who are you? I can tell who you are most of the time by how you dress. That's why we say dress how you want to be addressed. How will you be addressed today? How will you address me? Well, my name is Thelma Obaziara. I'm not alone as usual. Patience, how are you doing today?
I'm good. And Thelma, like you said, finding your personal style and knowing what to wear can be tricky, but it can also be a fun and a very creative process. What exactly is style? Style is knowing yourself to the extent where you know exactly what you want to portray. Another thing you must know is your body type. Trust me, what looks good on a particular body can look outrightly bad or even classless on another body. That's why it is important that you know your body type. Now, dressing right or decently can add significantly to your professional image. It can add to your overall success. So don't take it anyhow, don't take it casually. Think about what you wear because it could be the next open door for you. Today on our show, it's all about wardrobe wisdom and knowing what to wear. We're putting it on the front burner. And you know how we do on this show? When we put something on the front burner, we cook it so well that we all enjoy it. That's why I'm excited that you're keeping a date with us today. Please join this conversation. Talking of joining, Thelma, why don't you sit down?
Yeah. You know that when they contribute to the show, we get a feel of what's happening nationwide.
Exactly.
Even Nigerians from the diaspora often reach out to us.
I agree.
So we talk about style. How are they dressing over there? Are they following the trend? Are they keeping up appearances?
You have to dress the way, like you said, the way you want to be addressed.
Talking about wardrobe wisdom, knowing what to wear, how to wear it, where to wear it to, with whom you may wear it with, because sometimes we have our Shwebi matters, where we are bringing joy and fun to every event. And that's how it was recently with the Isiago people. You know how they did it now?
Yeah.
They took Isiago international. But let's see what our background feature will be sharing with us today. Wardrobe wisdom, what to wear.
In Nigeria, where there are several ethnic groups, dress happens to be one of those things that distinguish these groups from one another. Let's see the three main ones: Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. Correct dress sense means dressing appropriately at all times and knowing how to use clothes to enhance or accentuate good figure points and be suitably or properly dressed.
First impression matters a lot. So, and the first impression people have about you, that's the picture they paint about you. So, being properly dressed sort of like boosts your self-esteem and the way people look at you. So, it's good for you to always look the way you want to be addressed. Meaning, you try your very best to always look good, regardless of where you're going to.
If someone is naked in the street, no, they will think that the person is a mad person. But to be properly dressing, so that you be attractive, you understand? And not someone will see you on the way, begin think like say you are a crazy person.
Civil rights activists in 1960s America wore their Sunday best at protests to demonstrate they were worthy of dignity and respect, as they challenged the institutions that kept black people at the bottom of the social hierarchy.
There was this government parasite. I was supposed to come in as a resource person, and other people submitted their proposal and all that. They were still yet to pick someone, and we're all supposed to go and make some kind of presentation, and then they will see who they will pick in the end. So I went in right from the reception at the lobby. Just as I was stepping in, everyone was like, wow, you look good. Wow. Without me introducing myself, I was already getting clients. People were already like, I love what you're wearing. I love what you're putting on. And by the time I got to the reception, I had all the wows everywhere. And so when I officially introduced myself, they were like, oh, we are not surprised.
In the 60s, most Nigerian women wore long gowns and hats. Although from the 2000s, many Nigerians don native clothes for formal and social gatherings.
It's Weekend Deal. Always great to have your company. Now our background feature set the tone for our conversation. Do you know what to wear all the time? You get the invite and you're thinking, do I go African? Do I do corporate? Do I dress down? Do I dress up? You know, and that's how we head in that package, that there's no second opportunity to make a fantastic first impression. Patience, take it from here.
Okay, now making a first impression is extremely important. There are some people that will never give you a second chance, even after you try to make up after the first impression. Okay, so our guest is here. We're meeting our first guest. She is Hajia Zainab. She is the WCC Emerging Market Hub Executive. And well, let's meet her virtually. Our virtual profile will tell us more. Then we'll meet her.
Zainab, great to have you on Weekend Deal.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, she's not here alone. We have another dashing. You know, we like to balance it now. Female gender, male gender. Let's get to meet Eke Okore. Let's see his profile first.
Welcome back. You've met our guest, and let's just cut straight to the chairs. Hi, Josina. I'm meeting you, and the first thing that is resonating with me is this beautiful smile of yours. I love your smile. Okay, when you say you're what you wear, what's your reaction to that? You've said that over and over the show from the beginning. You're what you wear. What do you think?
I think you're right. You're what you wear.
Yeah.
And you, just before the show came on, you were talking about first impression.
Yes.
And how it's sometimes very difficult to undo what you've done at the first impression. And so, yes, you're what you wear. And what can you say? Modesty. Dressing well. And looking good anyway, you know. So, but sometimes we need to understand what's the dressing code.
Oh, yeah.
There should always be a dressing code for different occasion, for different time. So, yeah, I agree, you're what you wear.
Okay.
Mr. Haluk, you heard what Hajia Zainab just said. We have come to learn over time that dressing is an art. So sometimes you wear it, you have the right outfit, but who is wearing it? How does what you wear bring about the best version of yourself? That's where personal style comes in. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, of course you have to have your own personal style. You need to know what fits you. That's really very important. You know, wear what fits you, and also make sure that what you are wearing is right for the occasion and also the place, you know, you are going. Like she also said, you know, the way you dress is how people address you. It's always important to bear that in mind. You know, if for instance you are going for, let's say, you know, let's say you have some customers, maybe you need to visit, let's say the villa, for instance, and then
I can see you want to go.
I remember a particular customer, you know, he came to my shop. For the first time I saw him just wearing jeans on a normal weekend day, and I'm like surprised, because every time he likes to wear, you know, the kaftan, and I was surprised. You know, what happened? You know, he said he was just rushing down from somewhere. But then he said something that really stuck. You know, he said usually every day when he's coming out on a weekday, he makes sure he wears his kaftan, looking very touch, because you know the type of business he does. He's what do you call it? He's a contractor. He knows he can just have a call, you know, maybe from the government, from the villa, so he can rush in, you know, freely without, you know, feeling odd. So it's always important to, you know who you are. First and foremost, know who you are, know the type of business you do, the type of friends you keep, the type of places you go. And so before you leave your house, you make sure you are dressed for the occasion. Yeah, very important.
Dressing appropriately, so that when that phone call comes, you're not shaking. Hey, what do I do? What do I do? And that's what can come any time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me talk about women and dressing. You know, when you're talking about dressing women, we take the heat most times. We take the heat, Hajia. You're not looking at me and smiling. We take so much of that heat. Do you think that it's unfair how women are criticized? Is it because we are women? A man can dress a certain way casually and nobody's talking about it. A woman dares it and the sledgehammer comes down directly on the middle of the head. Do you think women are being, it's unfair the way they criticize women and their dress? Oh, you have exposed this. Oh, this is out. Oh, that is out. What's your take on it?
Well, you were saying it, and like so many pictures going around my head, you know. I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
And it's a well overdue conversation when it comes to dressing code, the way we dress, the way we criticize. Yes, I fall into that sometime. Last week I was at the airport. This young lady walked through and everybody was looking at her, and I turned to follow the face expression, and I had no choice than to say something. And I said to her, you know, let me use the Nigerian word, haba. This is going too far. And that statement I made was like, I spoke for more than 50 people at the boarding gate.
Okay.
That was extreme. And have you seen our young girls dressing like that lately?
Goodness.
You know, so we need, is it constructive criticism, or we're just doing it maliciously? That's the question we need to ask. So when we were asking that question, the thought was going through my mind. It's wrong. When, like I said earlier, we need dress code. You can't wear an evening ball gown for a morning breakfast meeting. Like my look. Hi. I've always admired your work from a distance. I see, and you actually model some of your clothes too. Oh, okay.
Actually, quite surprised to meet you.
We met because we do something really good. But the reality is, we need to talk about this dress code. We have a culture and tradition.
Yes.
And we don't have, and you're traveling through the airport. Like you said, you don't know who you are going to meet.
Honestly.
And you keep praying, I need to meet my destiny helper. I need so that doors will be open. And then you have naked dress as if you're in a midnight nightclub party. Even at nightclub, there are some dressing code you wear to nightclubs.
Even if you're going to have fun.
If you're going to have fun, you draw a line somewhere. I mean, so sometimes we imitate or copy culture that does not fit our culture. If you dress like that, perhaps the model who you saw that on, let's assume, was doing it for a different purpose. She was paid. She was paid. Dressed like that to meet some certain standard or some clientele group.
On the wrong way.
On the wrong way. But you don't dress like that in an airport. Okay, I've been to party. Let's not even go there. I'm not going to mention the party, but of course my colleague here has said something. And you will find that young girls or women, not just young girls, women, actually matured women, were dressed and walk into a dinner party and like, you'll be like, you'll be like, in fact, you will find out that they will be uncomfortable. Yes. And the men that came with them will now start trying to associate themselves.
But they pick them up.
Well,
It's the high look right here.
That's another conversation for another day. But the fact that you are going somewhere and you think, oh, I'm going to look hot today. There's nothing stopping you looking hot in a modest way. In a nice, well-covered way. You walk into a place and you start trying to pull, and you start feeling uncomfortable, putting your legs, putting everything, trying to hide everything. Please.
Why did you even wear it at all?
Sometimes I look at that. Did you actually look in the mirror before you left?
Yes. You know, sometimes the mirror could be facing the wall rather than at the person. So if the mirror was turned backwards, you know, that's how they don't really get to see.
Madam Thelma, I'm a very, very comfortable and a happy plus size woman. Oh, wow. I would never wear a miniskirt or a shirt below my knees, not even because of the tradition and religion, but because of the body shape and things. You need to think. I will not even wear that, not for anything in the world. No, with or without mirror, Thelma. I'm a very comfortable plus size woman. And that means, and there are clothes that fit.
That suits you.
I can go to Mr. High Look and say, I don't care, you do things for men, but you're going to do something for a plus size woman.
And I must do it.
I would have liked to hear Mr. High-Look's response to all of that, but we need to take a break now. We'll take a break, and soon it will be time to meet Nick Agule and his team as we bring to the fore the activities that have culminated in the raffle draw to determine by the citizens' raffle draw. But for now, a break. Back on, don't go away. Still talking fashion, dress code, dress wisdom, knowing what to wear. Now, they often tell us dress your age. You can be fashionable, but still dress appropriately. In Lagos, they spent time doing in-depth research on this issue. Lagos, please share. What did you find?
The expression of a current trend with popular clothing choices at a specific time can be referred to as fashion. This trend can be timeless and enduring. Most times, it flatters the body type, reflects the unique taste, and also enhances the self-esteem. Some models take time to explore the ideal patterns of the clothes one should wear. But do some people adhere to these?
Most times, most cases nowadays, it's a no. Because the way you see some 1-year-old children, girls, even boys dress, they feel they look already like they are already 5. Even the 13-year-olds, when you see some 13-year-olds dress up, you think they're 22. And not forgetting the fact that, children are now growing bigger than their ages now. And then you now dress for them in like corsets or like you do their hair, those big wigs, and they begin to look older than they look, older than they actually are. Let kids be kids. Let them grow. When they become adults, they can dress like adults.
People like to be told that they look younger than their age, and that indirectly affects the way people dress these days. I mean, everybody wants to get that compliment. Oh, you look younger than your age. It's actually a compliment a lot of people like, and that affects how they dress sometimes, and at the same time gradually taking away the place of decency and the place of modesty in terms of dressing.
Tradition is also passed down in the creation and construction of our clothes. The way things are made, the materials, and the process, all embedded into our communities and cultures. But is this still the case?
We have so many trendsetters now. We have people that are setting up trends, like your celebrities that wear certain clothes and wear certain designs, and people that follow them want to look like them. They want to dress in that way. You see some people, not to mention names, you see some people dressed in a particular way, opening their cleavages, and the people that they have like thousands of followers on Instagram, and those people are watching, those people are seeing what they are wearing, and they take them as role models. So now they begin to want to look like them. The mothers, the children, everybody that is following them want to look like them because they dress in that particular way. Now, because everybody says freedom of dressing, freedom of everything, but there is a way that we are as Africans. There's a way we are as Nigerians. Fine, we have our cultural heritage. We don't dress like that. It's good to import some fashion items like your fabrics and all that, but we need to be cautious. We need to also remember that we have our cultural heritage to preserve. In fact, even normally said, if you dress in a particular way and you walk around in your local streets, the way some women will look at you, the way some mothers will look at you, you know that, this thing I'm wearing is like, it's not good. So that's the culture that we have, and that's the culture that we should be able to uphold. There's absolutely nothing wrong in looking beautiful.
Remember, our dressing is the reflection of our society, our values, beliefs, and attitude. It is clear that the way a person dresses can affect how successful he or she can be. So, put more effort into your wardrobe so as to improve the reception you receive. Looking good is not only being presentable, but also being comfortable in what you are wearing.
Allow me to laugh this laugh, please. I mean, looking good, I agree, is good business. But how about breathing while you're looking good? How do you wear that corset dress that is cutting your air supplies? I don't know how that fashion started, though. And because it's a lot of our celebrities are wearing it, a whole lot of people are snatching their air pipes and they're not breathing, and they sit at events like this. Thelma, that's what I feel. That lady said that lady couldn't get into that car.
She went for swimming lessons to get into the car.
Okay, talking about weddings and all that. I mean, I've been to weddings are family affairs. We have mothers, fathers, children, And these young girls, I don't know, you're a fashion designer, Mr. Corey. I don't know, I know you're mostly for the men. But what can we do to tell these young girls that coming to a wedding naked is an insult, not just to the couple, but to you're insulting everybody's sensibility. I have been to a wedding, I had to call the girl out. Well, she first started by saying, it's her business, but I said, please, I'm a mother. And we had that conversation. Later, she went somewhere and got something because we could practically see everything to the top today, So what do we do? Ajia, what do we do? Because our weddings are getting naked here. There's no word like that. Sorry, bad English. Every day.
We can create our own English.
Yes, we can, please. So what do we do? From the people who are the fashion designers to people who are stakeholders, and we're all stakeholders.
Well, like I said, fashion with fears. But I don't do fashion with fears. I must be comfortable. We're talking about women wearing corset. We've seen that the last lady that made you so laugh so hard. And we've seen a lot of social media clips. Let's even come away from the conversation around fashion. That's health hazard. Because you're not under a medical guide, but you're putting a corset that is holding everything in, including your ribs, tucking into your lungs and intestine. And then you can't breathe. And then hopefully maybe 30 to 40 minutes drive to the party venue and another 2-3 hours or 4 hours at the party, then another. Let's assume you're wearing that thing for a minimum of 6-7 hours, twice, 3 times a week. Can we translate that to the medical hazard, the risk we're taking because of fashion? We, like I said earlier, we need to keep talking about this. You talk about age-appropriate dressing. You see a mother of 40, 50 wearing same thing with the son or the daughter. And I'm not talking about our African print material, because we're talking about some torn-out jeans, torn-out T-shirts, and you think it's cool. It's not cool. What messages are you passing to that upbringing child, that child you're bringing up? You rightly said you're at a party, and wedding party that is supposed to be a family memorable thing, and you see young girls walking, and you feel, okay, there's something called pantless dressing now, right? We must talk about these things. I don't hold back when we're talking about real issues.
And you said earlier that sometimes when you to have some female clientele, you feel you'll be moved to advise them. But I know that many ladies don't listen. They have that design. It's an encore kind of thing. While click, while wearing it. Patience talked about calling a young lady. Sometimes, can they even walk from their seat to you? Every part is already coming out. You are wearing something you call a corset, but everything is just outside the corset. Hajia spoke about the ribs and all. On top, those ribs are some very vital ingredients as well. Sometimes they don't even encase neatly for the ribs to even settle into the corset. Those things are out, those vital organs are out, then your lungs are being threatened, your life, your breathing is threatened, and so you're having fun. Is there a line between fashion, indecency or inappropriate dressing and outright craziness? Are we drawing it, if there are any lines at all?
Yeah, of a truth, there should be a line, but unfortunately, quite a lot of young people, especially ladies, quite a lot of them don't draw that line. For instance, the place I work, my office, is a beautiful mall. And then during the day, not even on a weekend or evening time, during the day, you see beautiful ladies come in there wearing these skimpy skirts, tops, bearing everything. And then you as a man, you're not the one struggling. You're not the one feeling ashamed. You're feeling embarrassed for that person. It's just not right. And when it comes to fashion, it's important to understand that you can be very, very, very fashionable by just being moderate.
Yes.
It's important to understand that. And we must also respect who we are, our culture. If you travel abroad, say in the West, and then you want to do that, and you see everybody's doing that, you might fit in. But come on, this is Nigeria. We have culture, and I'm not just saying you must cover everything. Well, you just have to have class.
If you like to show skin, there's a way to show it.
There's a way, yeah. A little bit
decent.
Yeah, looking decent and showing skin, and I'm loving the skin anyway. Like you said, I think it's just, there is no in between. It's either modest dressing or crazy dressing. And for me, there's nothing wrong in advocating to reintroduce fashion police.
Okay.
I love especially in some VIP setting and some setting. Yes. If you're in a nightclub and you feel like being naked in a nightclub, that's your business. But as you're stepping out of that nightclub door, you look
cover up, right?
You cover up.
Maybe you take your long jacket with you like this.
You cover up. There's no point in trying to copy a style that does not fit in. If it fits in, we won't be here talking about it.
So I'm now speaking to the guardians and parents now, because those children or young people came from somewhere.
But let me quickly add that there was a time in my children's school, the school authority had to put a notice out there. Please, as you're coming to drop your children, cover up. Some mothers, in the name of hurry, what they bring their children to school is, you will close your eyes. They are practical, I don't even want to repeat it. The school authority how to come out there and shout and say, no, we are not taking this anymore. So we need to see, the thing is starting from even parents who are not telling their children, you can't wear this, you can't do this. Where do we draw this line? Where do we start from? Modern mothers. Sorry, I'm saying mothers because most times it's us women.
Wearing that for short and those children respect themselves and society.
I think that goes back to, we're talking about mothers and talking about home. We have to start looking at family values.
Yes.
This all boils down to family values. Yes, I keep going back to social media because sometimes this clique comes in because we have a platform where women are in the conversation. So we have to talk about some of these things and start looking at how to profile solutions.
No, you can't. How to hold yourself to this? You talked about fashion police earlier. I'm told that there's something that is tailored to reawaken that consciousness in society, and Dayo's been working on it. I know for the past 2 weeks she's been doing her research. Dayo, decoding dress codes. You are the fashion police for today. Please share.
Hello, my name is Vivian Zadok. I'm the Creative Director of VZ Creation and the Coordinator of Fashion Rebirth. Thank you for having me. Casual dressing. Casual dressing, I'm going to overemphasize, does not mean shabby too. If you're hanging out with people, I don't think it is good to wear ripped clothes, like all those ripped jeans that we wear. You're going to a gathering. It means that you're not, all the people you're going to meet are not all the people you know. You may be meeting new people, and people will judge you based on your appearance. Now, we're Africans. If you wear ripped jeans that are tattered all over, showing your thighs and all that, somebody is going to look at you and judge you based on your dressing. And you may be a very decent person, but that is what you're dishing out to people at that time. So if you're going to a casual gathering, you can wear a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, or a shirt, or a skirt, or a dress that, is okay for that occasion. You don't have to squeeze yourself up. You can wear a kimono or an abaya, depending on what you feel like, but it should be decent. Don't underdress to any occasion. I don't agree with that. It is better to overdress, but when you're overdressing, remember to be decent. Remember that your dressing is your first introduction. Anywhere you go, nobody knows you. So if you dress shabbily, that's how you'll be addressed. But if you dress decently, you will also be addressed. Anytime you're in doubt of an event, number one, talk to the people that invited you, and then if you're not sure, please go to Google. Google will help. For a wedding, it's always very important to go with the color codes of the wedding. It's very important. Then you have to remember that it is not your day. You are not the center of attraction. It's good to dress well to wherever you're going. When you're going to a wedding, remember, if you're a man, remember that you're not the groom. If you're a woman, remember that you are not the bride. And it is also important that we dress decently to weddings. When I say dressing shabbily to, especially at a wedding, because that's what we're talking about, I think it's when you overexpose yourself. I think that is a shabby dressing. Everybody should dress the way they want, but you are not in the head of everybody. There are people that are not okay. So we make ourselves easy praise, when we dress in a certain manner. So when you're going to the market, please, it's important that you dress appropriately. Cover up. We were talking about the dress codes. There are dressing for it. The miniskirt is not a bad skirt. It is not just the place for the market. You can wear it to the club. You can wear it to a house party organized by your friends. You can wear bomb shorts to all those places that it's only maybe it's even an old girl thing that you're going to your sisters or your friends. You can expose yourself there. It's okay. But before you get there, I think it's important we cover up. You can't also carry, for men, like carry Babari Ghana on and enter a market that you're going to shop. It's not as if you're coming from an occasion. I see most people, when they're coming from occasions like that, they remove that, for ease of movement. So it's not only the ladies these days, men to dress somehow. So I think it's a general thing that we need to look at how we dress if we want people to address us well.
So I'm going to start with this message, and it says, good morning. Hi, I wish all our sisters and some of our mothers are watching this very unique program. Well done, NTA. Really, our society has been corrupt with indecent dressing. Some of our mothers deny to do their work as mothers, because as a mother, you have to do close marking on your daughters. Send them back to change whenever she dresses wrong. But you can hear mother telling your daughter, wow, you look fine. Are you deceiving her, or are you encouraging her to do the wrong thing? So parents, most especially mothers, have a very huge role to play. May God see us through. I am H. Kwari from Abuja. Again, she's reiterating the role of mothers as far as dressing is concerned. But there's one thing I'm coming to you, Mr. Kwari. A lot of women will say we dress for ourselves, but we also know that we want validation from the men. And men will tell us, I heard you shouting, see, hey, wonderful simple dressing. What exactly do men want from women? Let's hear from a man. How would you want your woman to dress? Your sisters, your daughters, your friends. How would you want?
Well, the truth is, as a man, let me start from my wife, for instance. Of course, I want her to look attractive. Mm-hmm. I want her to, if she's allowed to say, it's okay to look sexy, but, to an extent, you just have to moderate it.
Yes.
And then it's also important, for instance, to know what to wear inside the room, and then what to wear at the parlor, and then what to wear outside. So when you're able to draw the lines, I think, you can be good. And then talking about our sisters, our children, our girls, mm-hmm. our daughters, especially our little, daughters and daughters, it's also important that as parents, we know what we, put on them. We shouldn't take a little, girl and then wear them something that is suggestive. It's not good at all. It's not. So, yeah, it comes down to that moderation. And then if you still allow me, when we talk about dressing too, it's also important to talk about how you smell. This is very important. And especially I talk to young guys. Boys are not quite good at that personal hygiene as it should be. Ladies are far better in that, to be honest. So I have a lot of youth who work for me, and I always tell them, one of the things you have to do, always wash your clothes, iron it properly, and then secondly, always make sure you wear deodorant. Very important. I tell people, if you don't wear deodorant, know that you are smelly. It's as simple as that. And if you have that mindset, I think, you can get it right. And then wash your clothes. I've seen somebody, there's a time, I still remember this, I was in a church. It was actually evening church anyway, on a Friday. And then this young man walked in wearing his kaftan, okay? But the thing is that I think he's worn the kaftan for too long without washing it. You get the point? And so he's now smelling. And so make this mistake. You can be putting your perfumes on it. But after a while, that perfume can no longer overshadow that, other. So it's good you wash your clothes. Wash it, iron it, and then use your deodorant. And then you can also use perfume. If you can afford it. But if you cannot afford good perfume, please, I think deodorant is a standard for every human being. That's my take.
Wow. Hajia and Mr. Hailuk, over time, some people have come to be described as fashion icons. So what I see our young ladies are trying to strike a balance with is being fashionable, setting the trend, yes, and knowing their own place. So is it every fashion, everything that's making the trends that people should copy? What should we copy? What shouldn't we? Now we're seeing that our local fabrics can make almost everything. Sometimes we combine it with some foreign material. So as a mother, as a fashion icon herself, because to know what suits you and know how to make yourself look good also says that you have a brand. Share, please, share. Let's spread this knowledge so everybody can take something.
There's nothing wrong in creating a niche for yourself, whether fashion, in every walk of life. There's nothing wrong. But we've been saying it. You must have boundaries. You will find me wearing jumpsuit. What for? No matter how beautiful a nice one, no, you will not find me wearing jumpsuit.
And you wear what fits your body, don't you?
It's your body. And you wear what makes you comfortable. I don't think I can remember wearing skirts for a very long time now. And even the one without the wrapper, I think maybe one or two. And that would be like an emergency sewing. But I'm always comfortable in my long gown, and it must have pockets so that I can be comfortable. And there is nothing wrong in doing the beautiful design that you want. So, like you said, this whole studio is covered with our Ankara prints and it's bringing that blend.
It's true.
With the bright colors here and the Ankara, it's bringing that blend. So what stops me even making the blend? We go out, I travel and I'm a proudly African woman. I travel with my African clothes. I go to every meeting with my African clothes. And I'm going to mention her name here too. Amina Mohammed is making us so proud. As a secretary to the United Nations, she's always wearing her beautiful Ankara clothes. That's a signature. She's got her made for herself.
She has.
We have another Amazon as well in Cote d'Ivoire. There's not just her Ankara, but the way she wears her hair. We have another Amazon, our mommy, the beautiful mommy talent. The way she ties her hair. So these are women that make a signature statement with their fashion, and they are proud of it. And everybody look up to them. So why would you wear an Ankara and then I'll slip it from here all the way to here? We've seen it there.
Okay, so the fabric and then the style.
Yes, they have to go hand in hand. And that's why I mentioned the word boundary.
Yes.
Our Ankara is so beautiful. Everybody is copying it now. I think they did a New York runway sometime last year.
Beyonce wore it.
So these people are trying to wear our own made home Ankara. Why won't we make it even that more attractive? Why making it look like a slit, something that a slut will wear on the road? And my brother here has said it. There's nothing wrong in looking sexy, but you need to know what sexy defines you in the bedroom, in your kitchen, in your sitting room, and outside your door.
Okay.
You don't wear the bomb shorts you wake up with.
Out of your bedroom
without even wearing something. on top of that to your sitting room because you have children. The boy child is growing up and he's seeing this thing. You know, so I don't know why we call vagina private parts when we are exposing it in the name of fashion. Yes, kids do not understand. Yes. And if the parent is wearing something so revealing, saying it's pantless this, it's pantless that, something that is supposed to be an undergarment pant, and we saw the dress with that young lady, that was a wedding party. Yes. You see that?
I wonder what the guests there said, you know. She must have been smiling when their mouths were open.
No, but you know the thing is, I went to a wedding recently, and this young girl came in, dressed with the ankle material, the ashobi for the wedding. But the minute she turned, and everybody saw the other side of her, it's like the beauty of that ashobi just left.
Okay, we won't be there from now. Another big backhands, a good time to take it. Don't go away. It's weekend day, talking about wardrobe wisdom, what to wear, how to wear, with whom to wear, where to wear. Stay with us.
Okay, if you just join us, it is We Can Deal, and it's all about wardrobe wisdom. Thank you for your messages. They are coming in their numbers. I will just take one or two. The one said, we can deal. Please let us know. Okay, no, about tickets. No, sorry, I took that one. Please let us let's not put all our blames on the parents. We all know that the children of nowadays naturally lack training. Good morning. I am Ilesome from Kogi State. And the one says, good morning, presenters. Please, I want you to talk about the way some guys dress. Because some of them will plait their hair, wear tight trousers, and it's against our tradition and culture. Producer just actually talked about something like that. Then sometimes somebody say good morning. Sometimes the parents are the reason. Sometimes the children copy from their parents. Before you expect a child to be good, first of all, check the parents' lifestyle, and the messages are coming in and coming in. Thank you. But first, let's shake our body a little. It is time for Speaker Box.
All my ladies, the sing song. I'm not the King Kong. Yeah, after the reggae, play the blues. Make you do as I do.
You know, we've been talking so much about the ladies, you know, nice entertainment there, anyway, like we always do, belting out some Nigerian extraordinary entertainment. We focused on the women for the most part. We saw some gentlemen there. I will still use the word gentle because I don't know their character. I won't judge from the outward appearance. But we saw some things that some people do not find, are not comfortable with, like the hair, torn jeans, saggy pants. Mr. Korean?
Yeah, you know, in the music industry, for instance, when we are up there on the stage, you know, these artists, they wear certain kind of things. But you must know they are acting, they are on the stage, they are just there to entertain. You know, it doesn't mean it's everyday wear. But now this is where young people get it wrong. Our boys now, when you watch that, they begin to copy. And then they wear it as if it's everyday, you know, style. You see a young guy sagging, you know, on the street. It is just totally wrong. You get the point. And then again, even our hairstyle. You have to, I talk to young people to understand the way you dress is the way people judge you, even before you speak. You know, if you're wearing dreadlock, I'm not really against that. But, you know, if you're a musician, you're selling a brand. This is the way we want people to know you, to identify you. It's a whole different thing. But let's say you are a young, aspiring entrepreneur, for an instance, and then you're wearing this dread, and then tattoo, and then you're sagging your jeans. Come on. How would somebody take you seriously?
It's enough earrings to do
that. How would somebody take you seriously? And so it's important to know where you are going in life, okay? And then dress like that person, you dress appropriately for that. But then again, even if you want to go into music, for instance, does it mean you have to be sagging your pant in the street? No, I think it's totally wrong.
Our program has reached the peak. Okay, our guests are here. We need to get your final words. Words on marble about dress wisdom, what to wear and how. Lady, gentleman, let's go with Hajia first.
I think we've said enough today.
Yeah.
Modesty. Be comfortable in what you wear.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some clips on the screen, and we've seen a lot of social media clips. It all boils down to modesty.
Mm.
We must communicate with the way we dress as well.
Mm.
And we must take responsibility for the way we dress and the way we pass that message on to the younger generation. It has to be intentional. If we must keep talking about the dress code, the dress sense, we must be intentional about being real. Half naked, no. Naked to a party, no. One of the ladies on the screen said, be aware, even if you don't have anyone to ask, ask Google. Be comfortable, and modesty is just the right thing. Dress with sense and have boundaries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Aquarium.
Okay. I would say know who you are, know your age, and wear what is appropriate for your age.
True.
For instance, you can't be 60 and because you think you're a fashionable man or woman, and then you begin to wear what you used to wear when you were 20, it doesn't match up again. But you can still look very amazing, very fashionable, very trendy by wearing what is right for your age.
Okay.
So that is very important. And know our culture. Let's respect our culture. Let's promote our culture. And always know that next thing you want, what you wear can make or mar it.
Okay, I think I should take one message, two messages here. I say, good morning, we can do. I am Margaret Abutu from Makodi. It is not everything or every fashion trend that we should copy. The fashion trends, ladies and even guys are copying these days. It's alarming. Stop it. This one says, I'm Kizito from Imo State. I love this discussion. Everyone is to blame, but mothers promote it more by failing to be role models for their children. They should caution their daughters when they dress wrongly. So many messages are coming in.
I would like to just say that there is no second opportunity to make a first impression. Have that behind your mind everywhere you go, when you leave your home on a daily basis. We'll do it again tomorrow, right?
Yes, tomorrow.
Thank you for coming to share your expertise on the show. Ajia Mohammed,
It's a great pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Nigerians, here we go. Okay, God bless Nigeria. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.